In a certain village lived a rich man. He owned 19 camels. When he grew old and began to fall ill, he wrote down his will. After his death, when his will was taken out and read, it described the division of his camels. It stated that half of his camels, a 1/2 share, should be given to his son. 1/4 of the camels, a 1/4 share, should be given to his wife, and a 1/5 share should be given to his daughter. Hearing this arrangement, all the relatives and villagers became perplexed. The number of camels was 19, so how could they divide them in half? Having 19 camels meant that one camel would have to be cut, which would kill it. And even if they did that, 18 camels would remain. A 1/4 of that would be 4.5, which meant another camel would have to be cut. This was impossible. It could not be done. The villagers were now in great trouble. No one could figure out how to carry out the division according to the will. What could be done to ensure everyone was treated fairly? How could everyone be given their full share as per the will? Several days passed like this. All the wise people of the village put their heads together, but no solution could be found. Someone suggested that in the neighboring village, there was a very wise man who should be called. The next day, that man traveled on his camel and reached the village. The villagers explained their entire problem to him. After listening to them, he thought for a long time. Then he said something strange. He said, "Add my camel to these 19 camels and then divide them according to the will." Hearing his words, the villagers held their heads in despair. First, the deceased man was mad for leaving such a will, and now this madman had arrived, telling them to add his camel to the inheritance. They tried to reason with him. Why would you suffer a loss for others? Why are you giving them your camel? But the man wouldn't listen. He said, "Just do as I say." The villagers replied, "All right, as you wish. If you agree, then why should we object?" Now, the wise man began the division according to the will. He said, 19 plus my 1 makes 20 camels. According to the will, half of these, which is 10 camels, will be given to the son. 1/4 of 20 camels is 5. 5 camels will be given to the wife. Now, 1/5 of 20 camels is 4, so 4 camels will be given to the deceased man's daughter. When the division of the camels was complete and everyone had received their share, the son had 10 camels, the wife had 5, and the daughter had 4. In total, 19 camels were divided among them. 1 camel was left over, which belonged to the wise man. He took his camel, mounted it, and set off for his own village. The villagers, astonished and amazed, watched him go, marveling at how his wisdom had solved such a big problem without anyone suffering a loss. Friends, we learn 2 very valuable lessons from this story. The first lesson is that helping someone never results in your own loss. Whatever effort, time, or resources you invest to help someone, if your intention is to do good for them, that time or investment will never go to waste. You will never suffer a loss. It will always come back to you. And the second point is that nothing in this world is impossible. There is no problem that cannot be solved. There is no obstacle that cannot be overcome. Sometimes in life, we get stuck, we stop, and when we can't see a way forward, we assume there is no way at all. We give up. However, a path always exists. We just need to look at it from a different perspective. And in life, every day, learn something new, think something new, do something new. Keep learning.